Lovely, Matt. Thank you very much. Now,
You're welcome.
I'm very much aware that the usual paradigm of a comedy show is that the host comes on when the show starts. But obviously, I've had to do the letting of people in. So I've just been sat here while the show has been, about to start. But now I'm about to start the show. So I'm going to leave. Matt's going to introduce me. And then I'm going to come in and I want you all to cheer. Unmute yourselves and cheer. When I come on, as if I haven't been here the whole time. Give it a second. Let's just make sure no one else is coming in. Nobody? Okay, good. If someone comes in after I can't believe. Right, okay.
Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Your host for this evening, Ahmed.
Yes.
Hello, and welcome all of you to Comical Comedy. Now, I'm in my bedroom. I'm very much aware that some of you might have come to the Albany and seen us there before. I promise for those of you who are new, we are a real comedy night and we do have a real venue. But just for tonight, I've got my keyboardist / guest MC, Matt Bonner, with me, just right behind me here. I want you all to give him a cheer.
Yes.
My back hurts so much. I've been stood here for 24 hours.
There we go. Yeah, he's been stood up for a long time. Unfortunately, because of the camera angle, we can't allow him to sit down. But welcome to all of you, and thanks so much for being here and for supporting the arts in this weird and bizarre time. Now, before I let Matt play a little song about our headliner today, who is Jordan Brooks, I'm going to tell you one or two rules. The first rule, right? I'm putting my trust and faith in all of you as adults, I assume. Trust and faith to join in a mature way with your mic on. Now, I don't just mean don't troublemaker. I don't think you are going to troublemaker, but don't have babies in the background. Don't be whispering on this kind of in the background. You press space and you'll mute yourself, and press space again, you'll unmute yourself. But if anyone's being a little bit lackadaisical with muting themselves, they're going to be straight out because it's disruptive. Now, I feel like I'm at work.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll get onto this. This is going to be my second point. But just to make sure we all know how to unmute ourselves, I want you to give a second massive, crazed, wild and crazy cheer just right now, just to make sure all the microphones are working.
Yes, come on. Yes.
Lovely. Right, now, some of you may have a lot of energy pent up from the last 3 weeks or so. Maybe it's about 6 now, isn't it? Some of you may have quite a lot of energy pent up, and I want to really see that in your subsequent cheers. So next time I tell you to cheer, I want to see a little bit of an improvement on that cheer, right? So, thank you. Now, I will tell you another rule. This one comes less of a established rule in the comedy game, but some of you might know that my day job is being a teacher, specifically a substitute teacher. Now, if you think comedians are used to getting heckled, comedians are used to getting heckled. Well, substitute teachers, they get heckled. So, to be honest, I'm getting some withdrawals from my self-esteem being challenged by Year 9 pupils who think that it's appropriate for them to comment on my physical appearance when I'm trying to teach them for free. So, any of you are welcome at any point in the show to heckle, specifically me, right? Because I can take it. The other comedians do not heckle the other comedians, but for me, you are permitted to heckle at your leisure. Now, that can begin now with your most brutal heckles. Go ahead. I'm opening it up.
I'd like you if I got to know you.
Nice. I actually
Thanks.
like that one. That's
I thought other people would join in. That was just never mind.
no. You know what? You
In
started.
in the chat, someone said, "I'm only here to see the back of fake Mac Bonner's head." But of course,
To be fair, that person might have a high resolution display.
if you knew me, you know it would be a sexy ponytail right now because quarantine has not treated my hair well. Indeed, it has kept growing it.
Yeah, same actually. I'm in the club of people, as some of you can probably tell, who forgot to have a haircut in February.
It looks like a wig.
What? Oh, my hair. It's not a wig. It's not. It's honestly real.
Have you washed it in the last 3 months?
I'm really liking these delayed heckles. It's like the polite pause before heckling of like, is anyone else going to heckle first?
I think that's it, Mike. You're absolutely right. In answer to your question, no. Why would I?
It stinks.
You can't smell it through the screen though, so it's all fine, isn't it? Any more heckles? I'm going to give you like a couple more minutes, really.
You get a couple more minutes. Heckle. Okay, you really want them.
I'll throw in some other people's heckles if you guys aren't feeling too creative. Just be thinking, and then bam, throw it in later.
Your lamp's really wonky.
Is that a euphemism?
The shirt that you gave to Cardboard Me doesn't fit me properly, and it's not my style.
Oh, isn't it? Actually, how about this? You're going to get exposed here. If I pull this down a little bit.
No, not my sexy chest.
A very, very similar shirt on underneath.
You can heckle me, Tim, by the way, but you already do in regular life, so this might not be worth the money as much as heckling Ahmed.
Yeah, no, please, dude, go ahead. I'm actually amazed with how tame people are being. It's not really living up to my expectations right now, to be honest. You're all too nice.
That's my musical heckle. I don't think there's a trombone noise on this keyboard, but if I did, I'd play that. I'd play a sad trombone.
Some heckles that I've heard from other people. No, all during my school lifetime. I heard from another teacher that this is a music teacher, and the music teacher asked someone to play the note called a D note, but they phrased it in such a way as to say, "Show me a D." And one student thought it would be hilarious to pull their pants down. Nice visual heckle there. That's a real story, and their mum was called and they were explained about safeguard and stuff. One female teacher was once compared to Chewbacca's dad. These are all stories from my teacher friends. I personally have been called Shoreditch Iowaddy.
I think that's good.
Ahmed, you look like Chewbacca's mum.
I like that. We're warming up here. We're warming up. I like it. Now, I'm going to go on to the next bit. I don't know if you guys have seen me, but I'm glancing sideways every so often. And that is because...
That's where he keeps the real map.
Who's that? Is that someone's got
Who's got the echoing sound?
There's always one.
Find him. Mute him.
I'm trying. Right. I think that's it. There we go. Muted. So, there is actually always one who can't work the technology. Now, I'm going to continue with what I was saying, which was that if you see me glancing over every so often, I'm just looking at the notes that I've noted down. Because I'm looking at my computer screen right now, some of you might think I'm looking at Zoom, but I'm not. I'm looking at my notes. Let me just share. I'll just share my screen and show you while I fix my microphone as well. I think it's a bit low. Here we are. I'm going to screen share right now.
That Pornhub.
don't know about everyone else, but I'm seeing this in 8-bit.
8-bit?
Yeah, it looks that good, that Ahmed.
Is it not good?
Nah.
It's loading in. It's loading in.
It's actually loading in.
Oh yeah.
It's more clear
Oh.
now.
The typewriter that didn't have any.
There we are. Right. Stop. Now I'm noticing that not very many of you've got your microphones on. Yes.
Or just not laughing. You never
Not
know.
laughing, yeah. But you do feel free to turn your microphones on. In fact, I might have a proof of concept here, where I just want everyone to turn their microphone on for a second, just to see that you know where the button is, right? Because
Hello.
I want this night to be very interactive.
Yay!
Hey!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
She can't talk normally.
She fell over.
Okay,
Oh, you don't have a phone, do you?
this is how I want it all the time.
Really?
I don't want to be talking into a void. It's weird.
It's not a
You want
voice.
us unmuted?
I want you everyone unmuted.
You just told us to mute
Oh
our
my
Told
God.
them, yeah, you told us
He
to get
did.
muted or we'll get
It's
bollocks.
not a chat room.
By default.
I actually right, let me make myself absolutely clear, right? I want you to unmute yourself at all times unless you've got background noise. If you've got background noise or stuff like that, then you're getting kicked out. But otherwise, you can have your mic. Please do have your mic unmuted all the time. Is that
What do you consider background noise?
What so,
about dishwasher?
for example, a baby crying, that would be background noise.
Yeah.
Any sort of like
Adult crying.
machinery,
A what?
any
Adult
machinery or something like that would be background noise.
Okay.
Any loud repetitive noise in the background. Yeah, do some example background noise.
I don't know.
That was loud and repetitive.
Thank you, Matt. Yes.
Probably will be a pop song in 3 years. So there we go.
That's a good one. Right, now, we're going to have a song from Matt, first of all, just to warm things up a little bit. And it's going to be about our headliner, who is Edinburgh Award winner, Edinburgh Fringe Festival Best Show.
I wouldn't keep picking it up, Ahmed. Yeah. Here we go. I was working as a MC on a comedy show when I met you. A two-timer, an Edinburgh award-winning guy. That much is true. And earlier today you popped into my inbox, said tonight was not good for you. And now we're only left with an afternoon to go. What were we gonna do? Write a stupid song about it. Yeah, don't you want me? You know I don't believe you when you say that you don't need me. Don't you want me? You know I don't believe it when you say that you won't zoom me. It's far too late to find a replacement, can't you find? Jordan, please log in or we'll both be sorry. Don't you want me, Jordan? Don't you, Jordan Bros? Don't you want us, Jordan? They're giving us weird looks. Oh.
Lovely.
Sorry, Jordan cancelled.
Yeah. Jordan Brooks cancelled on us. And unfortunately, we won't be having Jordan Brooks tonight. But honestly, all the other comedians on the billing are great. And
And here,
I barely care, you know. Now,
And you did get that song, so
yeah,
pretty
you
much
got the
the
song.
same
There you
thing.
go. The song's probably better, to be honest. Now,
It also won 2 Edinburgh Awards this afternoon when when we weren't looking.
exactly. They're going quite cheap now.
I like your background, Alex Franklin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just, I felt very lonely by myself, so I brought you in, if that's all right.
Oh, that's quite quick.
Anyone else want to join? I'll bring anyone in. Get like 46 of you behind me. It'll be great.
Oh man. Right. Anyway, I've got a couple of other random little bits to show you. Now, I have been trying to look at my phone less because I've realised, like a while ago, you know, people's mums used to say like TV was eroding your attention span and you won't be able to do anything else if you just watch TV all the time. But I realised that I actually feel genuine pride when I can get through an episode of a TV show without looking at my phone. So fate has actually done this for me and destroyed my chances of using my phone. Now, I'm going to show you what's happened to my phone first. I dropped it and it's completely broken on the side.
No.
As you can see, it's like just totally done for. But the touchscreen doesn't work, but I still kind of want to use it. So I've plugged a mouse in. I didn't know if you guys knew that you can do this, but you totally can. Check this out. Hang on. This is genuinely true. Right, here we go. So you can see the. There's my mouse. You can like put it down. You can like.
That's really good.
You can like. Hang on. This is really hard to control that when I'm not looking at it. You can like turn on like flashlight or whatever. I'm wondering how many minutes of material I can actually get out of controlling the phone. I'll unlock it. I won't show you my fingerprint.
Wow.
But you know all this.
Yeah, don't want to copy you.
But yeah, that is quite surprising in my personal opinion.
Oh no.
Always one.
Are you going to tell us all to mute our mics now?
No, I'm standing strong. Right, anyway, I'll continue with what I was saying. So, I was talking generally about technology or something like that. I was talking about how... Wait, I'm gonna identify who it is by sonar. I'm talking for a bit, I'm talking.
You've not got those skills, just stop chatting shit.
I know that voice, Ahmed. I know that voice very well.
Yeah, I know that voice. It's quite interesting being able to just have a free heckling comedy gig. And everyone just hide behind their screen. Because usually what happens in a comedy gig is... Someone dying in the back? What? Anyway, usually what happens in a comedy gig, I find, is that people go and, like, people who don't want to be talked to go and, like, just sit at the back. Now, like, if anyone's going to any other type of gig, they'll never just go to the back of the gig. Like, you won't see people at a Drake concert going to the back immediately, because there's no danger of Drake just stopping doing his job, which is singing, and interrogating Sandra in the front row about her career in project management. But that happens at a comedy gig.
Maybe she's 16. People
hide. But now you're all totally anonymous. So if you do want to participate, you're free to. But if you don't, if I ask you a question, you can put your hand up on this. I don't know if you guys know this. So press the 3 dots on more. Oh no, it's on the right-hand side on the chat, and you can put. There we go. Tim Frisk, Gary's figured it out. You can all. I'll give you a little second, everyone, to raise your hand. Figure that one out, because I'm going to be asking to people to.
Is this a Zoom night or a?
Patrick's nailed it.
Zoom tutorial 101.
You know what? It's needed though, isn't it? It's needed. judging from how people have been so far, it's absolutely needed. Now, I actually can't believe that it is 9 o'clock already.
Neither can I, Ahmed. Neither can I.
You guys have been sitting there. You know, when's this going to be over? I've been muting people. But I reckon it's time, absolutely time, for you guys to have your first act. Now, first act will be new material. New material means... One second, Matt, sorry. New material means that you're going to see some new jokes born today. And you're going to be able to say, like, if you see them on Live at the Apollo, you'll be able to say, I saw that joke being born. It's going to be like, imagine if you saw Jesus being born in the manger. You're going to be able to like have some real street cred with that. But unfortunately, in the manger, it wasn't just Jesus. There was also a lot of shit. So the jokes might be terrible. However, I think it's, to be honest, the new material night is the funniest way to do it because some jokes are good and some jokes are, you know.
It's all about contrast. Nothing's funny if everything's funny.
Exactly. It's about the contrast. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you the first act. He was the Hackney New Empire New Act of the Year finalist. He was So You Think You're Funny finalist. He's a generally lovely man and he loves tracksuits. And I'm going to introduce him now. It is Patrick Healy.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks. Oh my God, my face just suddenly got a lot bigger. I'm really unhappy with that. Oh my God, jeez, is that what I look like? A paintbrush? Is that what I look like?
You're Australian.
I'm aware. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Well, welcome to the Apollo. I don't. I'm so disorganized. How long am I meant to do? I don't even know.
You can have 10 plus minutes. Now that Jordan's dropped out, you can really, to be honest, have more than 10, but...
More than 10 minutes? Oh God, these poor guys, they're really going to suffer in my section. Bloody hell. Okay. How's everyone? Everyone okay? This is, I can't believe I got asked back to Comical Comedy. I did the real life version of it back when we were allowed outside, and I really bombed really hard, and that was live. So strap yourselves in for the Zoom version because man, you guys are really in for it. Bloody hell. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm already running out of steam. I can already see some people really running. I don't know. Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm meant to do new material, but I don't know if I've got any new material. I've got some things that I've written down in OneNote because I'm a young professional. So I've got, thank you. There's one laugh there. The laughs are slowly diminishing. I started with all of you, and now I'm losing most of you, and that's okay. Now it's how lockdown works. Oh man, what do I do? This is exactly how the live gig went as well. This isn't because it's on Zoom. Right? In the live gig, I just got up on stage and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and they all thought that it was intentional. They were like, wow, this guy's like a master of improvisational comedy, and he's not. He's just really, really lucky. But not tonight. Here we go. Okay. Oh man. Fuck's sake. Anyone ever sent a drunk text before?
Yeah.
Well done, all responsible
Obviously.
adults. I don't get the chance to send drunk text that much anymore because I got, I'm just at home. There's nothing to really say. But sending drunk text, it's terrible. You send a drunk text, and you get hammered, and you start texting everyone, and then you wake up the next morning, and you look at your phone, and you go, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I can't believe I sent that. What a dumb thing to do. And that's really bad. That's not good for your mental health to call yourself dumb. You shouldn't do that. So to make me feel good about myself, I've started doing the opposite thing now. I've started sending lots of texts when I'm sober. I'm just getting really drunk during the day, and then reading all my texts back and going, "Wow, fuck, I'm a genius! Fucking look at that! I put a C in acquaintance. I'd never be able to do that now." Oh man, it's good because in quarantine there's no limit. In quarantine, I can start that routine at 9:30 in the morning, and it's a lot less texting, a lot more drinking. It's very nice. Except my mother is worried about me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I've got a. I can read you out some. Actually, no. I should do another real joke before I start reading out some stuff. Okay. I don't know if you can tell from this kind of haphazard display of sit down comedy on my behalf, but I'm not very good at talking to people. It's something that I like talking to people. I love talking to people, but I'm just untalented at conversation. I've got no conversational prowess. This lockdown has actually been great because now everyone's awkward. Everyone knows what it's like to be me every day. Really quite nice. But I'm quite a reserved person. I like sharing bits of me with people. I like to keep to myself, stay on my own. I can only converse one way. If any of you guys on this Zoom call start answering me, I'll be lost. I got nothing. Once someone returns a conversational volley, I'm done. That's 40 love. Is that what it's called when you win at tennis? I don't even know. I don't play sport. Okay, I haven't even got to the first punchline of this bit. This bit's like 30 seconds long when it's live. I'm really fucking. I'm so out of practice. I was never in practice. How can you be out of practice if you were shit always? My conversational ability, it extends to things in my life, like this inability to share things with people. It extends to things in my life, like things that don't even matter. When I'm out in public, like if I'm catching a yawn or fuck, I just said the fucking punchline, the whole bit. I said catching a yawn. That's the joke. The joke is that, all right, we're gonna deconstruct stand up now because I fucked up my own routine. The joke is I don't like catching a yawn off someone I don't know. Yeah, that's the whole joke. And then I spend 3 minutes acting out myself catching a yawn off someone. It's really, you can see why I'm at the Apollo. It's bloody. Have been picked up by major networks. Fuck me. Okay, well that was the yawn bit. Okay.
This is pre-recorded.
You're not
This
wrong.
is pre-recorded. Absolutely not. Who the hell would pre-record this? No way. This is live, baby. As live as it gets. Okay. All right. I'm actually having a great time. I don't know about you guys. I'm loving this. This is fantastic.
It really is, Patrick.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind. I like positive
Affirmative.
If you could all just shout praise at me, that'd be nice.
You're fantastic, Patrick.
So good.
We love and respect you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You respect me. Oh, I don't even respect me. You've gone too high there. Real pub instead of our bedrooms. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay. So I've got some lines. The way that I write comedy most of the time is I start with a line and then I work backwards. It's like writing a mystery. I start with the end and then I work back from it. Except mysteries are like fun to read and like jokes are really short. There's lots of differences between mystery novels and jokes. I can't go into them. We don't have the time. I've got some lines I'm going to read out. I just want you to tell me if there's anything in the lines or if you'd like anything clarified. So line number 1, the richer the family, the smaller the dog. What do we think about that? Is that accurate? Reasonable line. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Hey, no elaboration needed there. Okay, line number 2. I am the evil version of my brother. That's That's is this Jordan Brooks? Jordan Brooks wishes. Yeah, I'm the evil version of my brother. I will explain that. I have a brother. I have 3 brothers. I don't actually. This might be too deep for a Zoom call. Basically, I've got 3 half brothers who I don't know. I've never met them before, and they're all the youngest one is like only like 7 months older than me. There's lots of Boris Johnson kind of stuff happening here. And, I found him on Facebook. I went and looked him up, and he's like spitting image of me. He looks exactly like me, except he's got short hair and he doesn't have this disgusting goatee. And I realized that he doesn't have earrings either. And I realized that in the movie about his life, I'm the evil one. I'm the evil twin. I'm the bad one who he discovers, and he's like, oh my God, that's so weird. You're the evil version. I found the good version of me. I found what I would look like if I was successful, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. This kid's getting like first at uni. This kid is living my dream. Awful. Okay. Okay. I'm probably running out of time. I'm Australian, as someone really astutely pointed out at the start. I'm from Australia. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the Australian coronavirus thing at the moment, but we're surprisingly doing okay for a nation of fuckwits. We're actually we're keeping it together quite well. And one of the things that the government wants to do now in Australia to keep coronavirus contained is they want everyone to download this app called COVID Safe. And it's like an app you put on your phone and it tracks all your movements. So they want to do that to make sure that everyone's staying at home. And obviously there's a lot of kind of to and fro support and opposition to this. Support being that, it's okay, it's only the government. What harm has the government ever done? And opposition being, of course, lots of harm the government has done. The government's done really terrible things. I don't want them knowing when I'm on the shitter. So yeah, there's a lot of back and forth, and one of the big arguments that this stuff isn't as funny as when I started. I am actually running out of steam. But one of the big things that people say about this tracking app is they're always like, fuck, this is going to be such an anticlimactic punchline. One of the big things that people say, this is like the longest setup for the stupidest joke. The big things that people say is they're always like, you don't have to worry about downloading the app as long as you've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to hide. I'm going to download the app. I've got nothing to hide. Have you got something to hide? I've got nothing to hide. And I'm like, yes, I've got so much stuff. If you have nothing to hide, if you listening to this on a Zoom call have nothing to hide, I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone who's got nothing to hide. Just a fact. If you've got nothing to hide, that means you've hidden it really well, and I don't like that. If you've got shit to hide, I want it to be easy to find, because then I know that it was probably not pre-calculated. It's the rule. It's nothing to hide. No one's actually got nothing to hide. If you've got nothing to hide, it means that you want a career in politics, and I definitely don't trust that. No way. Everyone should have something to hide. Okay. So that was my TED talk. Hope we've all enjoyed my time here. I hope I haven't overrun. Thank you very much for listening to me. Just keep supporting live comedy, especially when it comes back to being live. It's going to be very exciting and very fun. Yeah, it's big up Comical Comedy for putting this on. It's sick. Thanks, guys.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, everyone! That was Patrick Healy. Patrick Healy, maybe the least fuckwitty Australian out there. Well, it's not saying much, is it? It's like saying he does all the sport.
Ooh. Take that, Australia. They were on fire earlier this year. Too soon.
Hey,
I forgot it, but it happened.
It's criticizing for the fire, all right. The fire, Matt, was fine. Right, while I regain myself from choking, I'm going to very quickly introduce the next act, who was the winner of BBC New Comedy Award 2015. One to watch, Time Out's One to Watch Award. Generally, just a great person, and I'm going to introduce her to the stage now. It is Yuriko Kotani.
Hi everyone! My name is Jordan Brooks. How are you?
Wait, we can hear her, but we're going to see her very shortly. Where are you? There you are.
Can you see me?
Very low in now.
It's Jordan Brooks, yes. And good to see you all. I made it. I'm a Japanese Jordan Brooks. I was hoping to see him, but it's sad, isn't it? We couldn't see him back, but it's gonna be fine. So how's everyone? Healthy and staying safe?
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. So my name is Yuriko Kotani, and so Patrick is from Australia. I am from Japan. Yay! I got some fake thingy here to make a room Japanesey. So any Japanese people in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it's thank you for playing along. Okay. So it's great to be here. So I as Ahmed said, I'm gonna do some new stuff. Hope it's okay for you guys. Thank you very much. So some bits can be funny, but some bits can be very funny. Or really shit. But I'm gonna say that it's a technical error. My internet Wi-Fi is so bad. So yes. So yes. So are you guys enjoying the comedy online at the moment?
Yeah.
I think I love it. I love it now, and one of the best reason I was like, why am I loving this? And it's because after you do your set, you can get smashed and absolutely wasted, but I don't have to worry about going home. Exactly. I don't have to take the train. Do you remember, guys, the trains, the thing, like a box thing that humans got on it, and they moved to other locations? Do you remember? No, it's and a rush hour. Do you guys remember rush hour? Like a tact. Anyway, so that's why. Yes, I love. Thank you for having me. Wow, were they like cars? It was like cars or ground plane. Yes, Matt, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. From back. Yes, fabulous. So yes, next thing is okay. So. During this lockdown, and okay, so because all the live gigs got cancelled, so I learned how to do this online thing, and now I learned how to edit videos and stuff, and I just used brain a lot, and I think I broke my brain. So speaking English now is like it's really difficult now. So the other day I said, so I wanted to say, now I'm so couched potato, but instead I said I'm so pouched potato. Bad, isn't it? It's really bad. Or so today I was walking down the street and there was a jogger just ran right next to me, and then instead of me saying 2 meters distance, please, I said, fuck off! It's bad, isn't it? It's really bad. So this time of the year, what I do usually is I do lots of gigs for Edinburgh Fringe Festival. The Jordan won last year, and it's been cancelled, and it's really sad. And I remember last year, I was so exhausted because it's so stressful, and how can I make it right? So I went to, I was so stressed, and I went to Tesco to buy a can of alcohol. And then a lady at the till said, "Can I see ID, please?" And usually I'll be like, ID. But then this time I was so angry, so I said, "What?" And then she said, "What is this then?" And she was holding the can of vodka cranberry. So I showed my driver's license, and then she said, "Because you look a lot younger than your actual age. It's the fringe, isn't it?" So Edinburgh Fringe can make us look real young. So everybody should do Edinburgh Fringe next year. Let's do that. Yes. So by the way, this is not even real glasses. I thought it's funny. Okay. So how are you doing with the fringe? Any fringe people in? Woo! Fringe.
Woo! Yeah.
We got a few. Did you cut fringe through this lockdown for yourself? You did. Oh, I think I should do it. However, the last time I did, it was awful. I did it and then it just failed completely. So I'm very scared, but I'm gonna do it tonight.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Now.
Do it now.
Camera.
Do it.
Now.
Yeah, now.
Do it.
Now. Do it now.
That's your French.
Do it now.
Trim it.
Too long. It's way
I'm gonna hide. But I'll do it soon, and I'll post it on, I don't know, something, so that we can share the moment together, isn't it? That's important, right? No, not at all. Okay, so I think that's it, really. Thank you so much for having me. And do you guys think when this lockdown is over, what would you do for the? I love the sound of
Open a big old can.
Go to the pub.
Yeah, going to the pub. I know. Miss it. Really miss it. Comical Comedy, Albany. We all should go to Albany together and get wasted, right? Smash.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So hopefully everyone is healthy and safe, and that's it, isn't it? I'm Yuriko Kotani. I hope to see you again, like face to face. So that's it. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Yay.
Did I go?
Well. That was solid from Yuriko Kotani as per usual, and absolutely, I second that request for all of you to come to the Albany whenever we're allowed back and to get weighted. We can do whatever we want with the space. I don't know why we haven't had a piss up yet, to be honest, instead of a comedy night. But during that, we were talking about cutting each other's hair. I was thinking of allowing Ellie, who is just off screen, to cut my hair live on air next time.
No, this time. No.
Oh my God!
Do it.
Now.
Do it.
Shave it off. Shave it off.
Shave it off. I'm not going to shave it off.
Wax it.
Wax your
Wax it. I don't know. Would it be possible to wax my own head? Can you wax
You have to try it.
You can wax your beard.
Come on, I'm going to wax my beard. It never grow back, would it? Is that how it works? Is anyone a waxer?
Anything.
I'm getting physically heckled now.
Ahmed, we miss your sideshow bob. Grow it back.
Who was it? Someone heckled me at some point. They said I looked like an ethnic sideshow bob. I don't know what it was. They didn't say the word ethnic. They said a different word.
Libyan.
You can get away with Libyan, yeah. Libyan sideshow bob. What would a Libyan
chart of like which countries are acceptable and unacceptable for that joke? Just check the chart. Libya, yeah, fine.
It's not really well known enough to be not okay, is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't really have any stereotypes. Anyway, not to most people. But anyway, so let's keep it going. I'm going to introduce your next act. Now, your next act is touring with a sketch group right now, touring their show Pool Noodles, which is great. Catch that maybe if that is ever back on. Also sold out the Fringe with the Footlights Tour show, toured the USA. It's a very exciting act, and I'm very excited to announce Alex Franklin. So let's all go crazy.
Oh, what music? Hey, okay, hey everyone. Can people hear me? How's
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. I'm always worried about the volumes of these headphones because they're kind of weird. I feel like I'm landing a helicopter. It's fucking great. Cool. Anyway, wait. Also, Ahmed, can I try a roast? I didn't want to. I was too shy to try one earlier, but I wasn't. So I was like uncertain of myself. But can I give it a go?
Well, roast me.
All right. I think Ahmed looks a lot like if like Dennis the Menace at the age of 40 settled down and became an accountant. Is that good? All right, okay, we'll take that. All right, sweet. Cool. Is anyone ready for some character comedy? Yeah. That's what I do. It's gonna be fucking weird. All right, cool. I'm gonna do a little character. He's called the man who lives in the Cluedo house. Okay. All right. It's very relatable. The man who lives. Say it with me. The man who lives in the Cluedo house. All right, cool. Hey, you got it. All right, I'm just gonna disappear for like. Oh wait, let me just change my screen so Ahmed's not just there staring in the background. I genuinely just forgot I had that. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Hello.
Hello.
Not many people know this about me, but I live in the Cluedo house, i.e. the house from the board game Cluedo. There are many downsides to living in the Cluedo house, most notably in that, as anyone can buy a floor plan of my house for £4.99, I am constantly burgled. And also, someone is always dead. And instead of phoning the police, my neighbors try and solve the case themselves using process of elimination. Take, for an example of a day, yesterday. I was in the Cluedo house. I woke up in the library, as there are famously no bedrooms in the Cluedo house. Immediately, I bump into Professor Plum. I have no idea why he is here, as this is my house. Get out of here, Professor Plum, I cry, and he flees, his PhD following him all the way. I try to give chase, but am stopped, as I have moved my maximum distance in the Cluedo house, and must wait for 3 to 6 players to move before I can move again. Meanwhile, Plum taunts me from just 2 squares away. My enemy, my arch nemesis. Eventually, I give up the chase, and I take solace in the fact that Plum will one day age and die, like all professors and most plums. I then go into my hallway, which is for some reason twice the size of any other room in my house. So be it in the Cluedo house. There are 2 things in my hallway. My giant sign saying Cluedo. And my stairs. No one knows where the stairs go in the Cluedo house. Some say they lead to a second Cluedo house, and that I in fact live in a block of Cluedo flats. Suddenly, Reverend Green runs in and says that someone has been murdered. Reverend Green suggests the murder was done by Mrs. Peacock in the dining room with the lead pipe. He has no basis for this accusation. And it remains a mystery as to where Mrs. Peacock would have obtained this lead pipe from. Although it would explain why the boiler currently isn't working. To cool off, me and the Rev go to the conservatory where we bump into Miss Scarlet. Out of nowhere, she accuses herself of having done the murder. I crap my pants with shock. As there are famously no bathrooms in the Cluedo house. This seems like an obvious confession, but the Reverend disagrees. Instead, he says I have done the murder. I go to jail. I now live on the corner of the Monopoly board. My cellmates are a top hat and a giant shoe. All right, cool. So that's that bit. If people like, that's very relatable content. Cool. All right. How was that? Do people like that? Was that all right?
Yeah.
Yay! Whoa. Ah, hooray! Ah, cool. Ah, I love you. My new friends. Right. Also, just out of interest, how many people? Okay, can people whoop if they on Zoom calls only show one person on the screen? Like, give a whoop. Okay, can people whoop if they like show everyone like tiled? Oh, okay. I feel it really separates people. I think it's like, you know, like people who are like really extroverted, like want to see everyone because they like crowds, they like love attention, and everyone else they like the one-on-one intimacy. Anyway, cool. That's just my own personal, I don't know, Excel spreadsheet. I don't fucking know. Cool. All right. Next. Someone said who? Look up Cluedo. You'll find out what it is. You'll find it. Google it. Anyway, cool. I'm gonna do one more thing, and I'm gonna leave the rest to someone else. So, okay, I've got one more. I'll cut what more than one. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Patrick. All right. Second character. He's called. This one's a bit weird, a little weird. The other one's normal. This is the weird one. He's called the bitterest man in the world. Okay, so the bitterest man in the world. Very spooky. All right, we good for that? I'm gonna go out of shot. All right, we good? And let's go.
It's still on Cluedo.
Oh wait, let me check. Oh okay. I just forgot there was a background. Wait, let me just let me pick a random image. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Cool. Alright, cool. We're cool with that. Alright, the bitterest man in the world. Let's go. Alright. Hello? My mum used to say life is like a box of lemons, which explains why my life has been so bitter and my lemons so lifelike. I used to be like you, naive, but then reality hit me like a van full of fists, and each fist is holding a smaller van. Ah, I'm so bitter. Ah, I came to realize life is nothing but woe and unhappiness. Of course, you guys wouldn't realize that with your lack of woe and your happiness and your high sperm counts. Grr, I hate you so much. But let me tell you a tale as old as 22. That's me, I'm 22. And maybe you understand. I start my day to the sound of gunshots, following which I turn off my alarm, which is a gun. I then scream to release the inner demons I have harbored during my nightmares. Once free, I try to make eye contact with them, but they only look away. Are they shy, or do they simply think they are better than me? I resent them for this. To cool off, I go to my shower, but I find that I have run out of anti-dandruff shampoo. This gets worse. I therefore open my regular shampoo, but find it is chock full of dandruff. How could this happen? Drives me up the wall. This is my worst breakfast to date. Grr. Depressed, I then walk down the stairs, a metaphor for my mood, which is down. As I leave my house, I stare at my reflection in the mirror. Blink once, today will be a good day, I say, and he never blinks. But he pees on my leg to establish dominance. I hate him. I then get in my car and I walk to work. On the way, I notice the sky is blue, like my mood, and the road is grey, also like my mood. Both of these are a metaphor for my stairs. I then bump into my pet cat, Tibbers. I try to pet him, but Tibbers instead bites my hand, as he does not like to be pet. Ironic for a pet cat. Ironic and churlish. It'll be many months before I pet his tongue again. Tibbers' bites causes me to become a werecat, where every full moon I will become a cat. Tibbers then kindly teaches me valuable cat-like skills, such as how to sneakily bury my poop in other people's gardens, and how to have sex with cats. These will hopefully become easier once I am in the form of a cat. Hopefully being the key word. So many issues to deal with. I arrive at my job. I work at the ruler factory measuring the lengths of rulers. Luckily, I have brought my ruler from home, but disaster strikes halfway through my shift when I look down and notice my ruler's curved surface. I haven't brought my usual ruler. Instead, I've brought my protractor, the ruler of circles. Panicking, I immediately start measuring the rulers using the length of my penis, a known length. But my co-worker Darren decides to report me to upper management as he thinks it's unprofessional to have your cock out at work. Classic Darren. Always full of himself. Ugh. I am fired for consistent over-measuring. After work, penises, am I right? After work, I like to enjoy some light reading. Currently, I'm reading the house numbers on the houses along my street. The storyline so far has been at best predictable. Nothing seems to go my way. I then check my sundial and discover that it is daytime. So I decide to visit my mother in her house. Her eyes talk to me. They say, hey, look at my mouth. The mouth tells me it is dinner time, but it's only 5 p.m. Once again, my mother has successfully ruined my sleep cycle. I wish 1,000 curses upon her, but I whisper them into her ear so as to avoid suspicion. For dinner, my mother gives me some grapes. They are green and oblong, like pears, cunningly disguised as grapes. I bite into one. It is a pear. I am enraged. Mother, how could you poison me so? Startled by this murder attempt, I run back home with my shadow following me all the way, despite the restraining order. It doesn't listen. Never listens to the law. I return to find my pet cat Tibbers, but this time he is dead. I ask my neighbor what happened. He says my cat was killed by curiosity. I turn around to see the Mars rover Curiosity. He hands me a flyer for season 4 of Robot Wars. I will begrudgingly attend. Finally, I get to the front door, but I notice I've left it unlocked. I soon find that thieves have come in, and they have stolen all the air. How rude of them. I gasp, as this is a shocking event, and there is a lack of oxygen. Panicked, I take a breath from my inhaler, but find I've mixed it up with the Glades plug-in. Foolish me. Meanwhile, I see my inhaler plugged into the wall. What a faux pas. My lungs begin to smell lemony fresh, while my house's asthma is the best it's been in years. I then decide to discuss the best course of action with my conjoined twin. Few people realize I have one, as he is blind and looks like an arm. We decide to hide in our basement for safety until spring returns. Now you see a typical day in the life of me. Truly, I am the most sorrowful man. All right, cool. That's that bit done. Hey. Thanks for putting up with it. Strange. Whatever the fuck that adventure was. That was a little fever dream for the past 5 minutes. All right, cool. So I've been Alex. I don't know. Can I plug my Twitter? I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Plug your Twitter, absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
You know
cool.
What? I'm gonna plug it. You don't even have to. I'll plug it.
Sweet. All right.
Right. I will put myself back on now. The smoothest emceeing of all time. Here we go.
Hey.
Well, that was Alex Franklin. Give it up, Alex Franklin. That was special in my personal opinion, and that's not a euphemism for bad. Now, I will plug his Twitter, which is at @Franklin. I don't have that noted down. I know that off the top of my head because it is one of my favorite Twitter accounts I've ever seen. In the interval, go to a wild Franklin. And then wild as in like crazy, and then Franklin like D. Roosevelt.
Type it in the chat.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
I'll go on then.
Yeah.
Now I will give it a plug.
Oh wait, that's just
on merit. Now I won't ruin anything though because I don't want to ruin it. Right. I want you all to give it up for all the acts we've seen in the first half, which have been very entertaining. You agree? Go for it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm going to give you all a little interval now because I'm sensing that you might want to go to the toilet, you might want to top up your beverages, and you might want to get creative. Now, if any of you have been to comical comedy before, you'll know that we usually throw something in the interval so you don't get bored. Now, I'm going to screen share it this time because the usual system of having a thing behind me is not workable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a challenge for the next 20 minutes. In 20 minutes' time, which will be about 10:05, you will resume the show here, and I will go through the entries and pick which ones get prizes, right? So your task is to send in the most arty photo of a mundane object.
Okay.
Ooh.
Right, I'm going to screen share it just so you don't have to remember anything. And other than that, you're absolutely allowed to now leave, go for a wee until 10:05, do whatever you like with your time. But send in your arty photos to however you can get them to me, but I've put an address on. And go for it, yeah?
Joe's going to photograph the dog taking a shit.
Any mundane object, any arty photo. Best ones get a free ticket to the next show.
I've got a good one.
Right. Dismissed.
Oh,
Hey, let's get some wine.
That's December. That's the angel. It doesn't really count. This is my favourite photo of the last year.
Hi, Ruby. Just here. I'm just hanging out here.
Who's
You're not the only one, are you?
I can't tell who it is. Who's saying that?
Hey, Ruby.
Oh, it's told you, Helen. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey,
How's it
Ruby.
going?
It's all right. It's pretty shiny. Shiny here.
I'm excited for this one. Right, you're getting on. Okay, we've got a minute left, so I'm sending my video on now. Well, interval time is meant to be over, but I'm sensing that not many people are here. If you are here, unmute your microphone and go, "Wait!"
Hey!
Hey! Ah, mugs it right off. We're all here, dickhead.
Well, about 50% of people are not. So,
Boom, let me hear you say way up.
also, if anyone is still submitting your entries,
Oh, what's that email again?
it is comicalcomedy@gmail.com.
Yes, Gary.
Okay, the email is coming in, and it is going to Ahmed@comicalcomedy.com. You can send it to that.
Okay.
What, is it not the sexy one?
I've got. It doesn't matter. They all forward to the same one. Right.
Email it.
Minute or two is going to start. Minute or two. Okay, you know what? Let's just start. Right. So. There we go. Thank you, Isambard. The email is in the chat, which I don't want to repeat.
Angel.
That's what's real.
First port of call is I'm going to remind you all of my substitute teacher nature. I want to see if anyone's got any more heckles or thought of any in the interval. Shout them out.
What do you want to shout out?
Heckles. Heckles for me.
Heckle.
Shout the word heckle. Okay, you know what?
Sorry, I thought you said
Okay, you know what? That's all right.
You're not as shit as a teacher as you shit are your jokes.
Any more? Come on.
I preferred the old MC. Where the fuck are they?
Bring back Emma.
Where is Emma? Good question.
Ahmed, that dude on the keyboard has got more Zoom presence than you.
Right. Any more? I don't know. I don't want to cut anyone off. I want everyone to have enough time, really. Alex, you roasted me good and proper last time. Roasted me like a Christmas turkey. You got any more?
I don't know. I can't. It's hard to think of them. I'm too polite a boy. I don't know. I feel like you kind of look like you're always in disguise. You're like, those glasses that have like the nose as well. Like.
Yeah, with like really big eyebrows as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm too sweet. I'm too sweet.
I'm too sweet to make the comment I just made.
It wasn't me. It wasn't. I'm just saying what the people think. I'm just saying.
The voice of the people, right? You know what? That's me. That's me, good and proper. I've gotten drunk like I normally do at work, and I'm going to go back to my stock room, which smells like whiskey and dried tears, which I normally do at work also.
Wait, is your stock room my house?
What's that, Matt? Yeah, actually. Yeah. It's back there somewhere. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a random cover lesson because I can't be bothered to MC anymore. How about that?
Very half-hearted. Woo.
Yeah, woo. And I want you all to sit there, and I want you to be good. Just because it's a cover slide doesn't mean that you can start. You got to behave the same as you did for me.
Everyone knows cover teachers are bitches.
Yo.
Oh. Well, no, you know what? I'm expecting you guys to be positive about this cover lesson I'm about to give you. Right now, welcome back. I'm going to assume everyone's back now, so I'm going to begin the cover lesson. Matt, can you give us some like boring music? I don't know what music is.
Who's that?
Oh, you got me good.
Right now, I'm going to have someone from the audience volunteer to be my volunteer.
Joe volunteers.
Joe volunteers. Fantastic. Ragev.
We'll volunteer.
Okay, wait, who was that?
That's right. Hello.
Well, okay, I have selected you, whoever that was. Also, who's that with the weird microphone?
Oh.
Good. Right, we're over. Now, what is your job? I'm waiting.
They disappear.
There's always one who disappears, isn't there? Right, let me pick someone else. Someone else volunteer.
I volunteer.
Right, thank you very much. What is your name?
Joe.
What is your job?
Maths teacher.
Maths teacher. Ha ha ha, that is such a bad job. What do you really wish you did?
English teacher.
Why?
I can't speak maths, but I can speak English.
Guy.
Cool. What's the name
That's
of
what an AI would say.
going now with each other or?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the name?
Yo,
What's your star sign?
Sagittarius.
What's your favorite color?
Brown.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Your mother's maiden name.
Tudor.
How are you doing in general?
I'm not a general, I'm a captain.
Answer the question.
Not too bad, thank you.
Do you like answering questions in front of people?
It's all right.
What's the name of your first pet?
Bill.
Bill?
Yeah, Isabel, because we thought it was a girl, but then it jizzed everywhere, so we had to call it Isabel instead of Isabel.
That's an unexpectedly funny answer. Right, okay. Now I've got some more jokes. I did write these jokes.
Is this what you do on supply?
Yeah, this is. I'm using my transferable skills from supply teaching in comedy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Now, what do you call someone who sells mechanical toys?
Wind-up merchant.
Why would you say the fine joke?
I thought it was just like a general knowledge round.
Yeah, we came for the comedy, but we're here for the quiz.
Ooh. Sounds like that last joke is being transmitted in binary.
Oh god, I love this. This is so good.
Hey guys, remember dial-up? Welcome.
Right, now we're going to do our last activity, which is to look through the arty photos that everyone's shown. So, Matt, can we get some lovely arty music? Right, let's start off with an entry. From Aaron, who is behind me.
Oh, that's good.
Very good.
Someone has submitted a dog, which is weird.
That's just horrifying.
Interesting that that's a mundane object. I suppose
We were going for cursed image.
a three-legged weeing dog. In the night time. Interesting. Anyway, someone has gone for a Richard picture, which is of a screwdriver. It looks like similar vibe.
Oh, that's a good one. That's the best one I've seen.
That
That's
I actually quite like that one. That one is quite nice. It makes me feel peaceful in the.
Yes, that's definitely what the artist was going for there, Ahmed.
Oh, that makes me feel peaceful.
We can get a Pikachu. Get the real t-shirt back on. This one is one of my favourites personally. I don't know who's actually broke an egg to make this, but it's quite metaphorical. I don't know how this is a mundane object, but this.
Oh, we all have.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because it is one of the most mundane
That's a smashing
objects.
one.
Yeah,
I know every morning I reach into my fridge to pull out my Nigel Thornbury beer bottle, open the cap.
It's autistic.
Every day you pull Nigel's head off, drinking eternal.
Yeah.
There is only one way to get rid of that bottle, though.
Yeah, smash it.
Autistic, no?
Which is Tim.
Someone's already said it. It's smashing.
Oh, very nice. Right.
Best punchline.
Best punchline 2020. Here we go. Now we've got some thermal paracetamol. We've got this entry. This is my favourite.
Ooh, it's good.
This one's rather good, actually. Although it's some kind of Spanish beer bottle, which I'm not sure if that's mundane. It seems quite exotic, to be honest. It's on quite nice as well.
That's also a very good camera.
Who's coming in from Spain?
Some people are coming in from Spain. We've got people from all over the world, it seems like.
What's that?
As far as Gateshead.
As far as Gateshead. You've never been so far from the Shire before.
Anyway, that is a candlestick which I deem as not to be a mundane object. Most arty photo so far. Now, I reckon one or two photos have just come in, which I will not be able to showcase because they came in late. So I get them in before 10:05 because I've got, you know, I'm doing double duty here. So that is the end. Now, who will I award the prize to? Well, I'm going to go backwards and cheer if you like the photo when it is on the screen.
Okay. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo! Come on, Real.
Yeah!
Underappreciated.
Yay.
Okay. Silence.
Best one. Oh.
Yeah.
Pissing dog is the most authentic.
Yeah.
I'm personally going to give it to this one for artistry. This person can have a free ticket next time.
Fake!
What?
Fake photo.
It's
not real.
Trapped by the prank patrol.
Not real eggs can't speak.
Have we got
fake
unread
news?
It is fake news. Seriously.
Right, if it's fake, I'll pick a backup winner, but I don't think it is fake. I'm going to interrogate the person.
Yoking, Ahmed.
What's that?
You must be yoking.
Wait, that was excellent.
No.
Right, now.
Don't get on this path.
No. It ends now, right? That was enough. So, you know what? Let's cleanse the air now. Let's cleanse the air. Let's bring an act on, right? So, our next act is going to be surprise, not Jordan Brooks.
Boo!
Boo!
Boo! Fuck that guy.
That's how I work. It's going to be the winner of the Hardee Prize, which is a prize for comic originality. Right? So it's one of the most original people in a while. Very, very funny. It is Julia Masli. I need to find her and make her big. There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah, go, get ready. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. Am I on TV? What's going on? Sorry, hi. She's gonna be with you in a second. She's just getting ready. Sorry, it's just me right now. I am just here. Nothing going on. Promise. Just sorry. 1 second. Gotta clean this. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. I am Ivan. I don't know. Is this what is this? Is this a comedy night? Yeah. She's gonna be doing comedy night tonight. Good. Okay. How long will you be?
What is this? Is this Julia comedy?
Yeah, she thinks so.
Hello, I am here. I'm Yuri. Good to see you. Look.
It's my cousin Yuri.
Look at this. Yeah, pretty cool. Wow, who is in there? Alex Franklin. Wow. Cool. Joanna. Hey, come on. There is a lady in there.
What?
Look. Oh, look. Eli Malapas.
Penny looks hot.
Penny Nicholas. Oh, there's two.
Two pennies. This is my book. I read.
I use this one. I clean. Super fast.
I'm also a really smart guy. I like to read maps.
Really fast because I use this one. Yes. This one. I'm so happy we can do this, and Julia is not here.
And of course, watermelon keep healthy. Adidas I like.
I'm so happy. I looking forward to Jordan Brookie. I love Jordan Brookie. It's sad Julia is not here, but I look forward to Jordan Brookman. He's my favorite. Cheers, guys. Is it good? Do you have something to drink or what?
Sorry, man. I've been feeling really sick recently.
Bless you.
I think I have coronavirus.
What the fuck? I have big corona. I want to show this to Jordan Brookie boy.
You must remember to sanitize your hands. It's very important. But of course, it has 85% alcohol. Cheers. Really good with fish. You having fun?
You have to stay safe during Corona. Drink this, a lot of this. It's good to drink. Stay extra safe. That's why I wear this and this one. It's very important to stay safe, and bit of this stuff, man. For a little while you couldn't get it, and now I love it so much. I drink all the time. Is this comedy? Julia, can you come and do the comedy? We are just messing around here. There is Ali is here, Flossline is here, Gary Doctor. There's a doctor.
Here we go.
Yelena is here, Harriet French is here. Oh, look. You can see through the cucumber.
It's a cucumber.
Julia, we need comedy. We are out of ideas here. This is not my hobby. Oh, come.
Did I tell you guys? I had a spiritual experience. I was, I think I saw it. I saw the light. I felt it, and really, I think I saw Jesus. I'm serious. In my house.
What? You saw Jesus?
Yeah. I saw him.
Really? Okay.
I
I'm extra safe. Super safe. Come, I will find Jesus.
Harid, hi. Will you a little bit? No, sorry. Oh no, it's too much. I'm nice. God, it's hot in here.
Ivan, I found Jesus. Here he is. He was here.
I told you, I saw him. You guys didn't believe shit. It's true all the time. By the way, so hey, this is a big opportunity. Do some magic trick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, do a quick magic trick. It might be agent here, Jordan Brook. Come on. Are you ready? No, okay. I will do magic trick. I will click and then I disappear. Okay, I will click and I will disappear. Okay. And then I appear.
Voila! Pretty good. Jordan Brook, are you watching me? Please give the award through the camera so I can have it. And I can do this. Voila! Jordan Brook! Jordan Brook, he won 2 times in a row last year and now Corona this year. So, congratulations, Jordan. Ivan, this is a big opportunity. There's like people, Harriet French is there, Julia, Yelena is there, Dominic is there.
We have disco band.
Mark Lund, oh, Sonny is there, Godfred, Niels. Oh, Niels, hello, Niels. Matthew is there, Helen Duff is here.
Oh my God, it's my favorite actor.
I love Helen Duff.
I saw her on BBC, really good. Okay. I'm ready. Are you ready? Disco band.
Disco band. Okay.
We travel with ferry.
Hello! We are live on the Disco Ferry. This one goes out to you, everyone sitting there behind this thing. Hello. I feel real comfy in my 3-striped suit, but not lazy. When I squat, I still work out my glute. Yeah. When squatting, you work out your groin and pelvis. You move your hips just like Elvis. Yeah. Helen Duff, are you there? Hello!
Oh, she's coming.
Sorry. I hate when people don't show up, but it sounds like she's here. Maybe she's with Jordan Brook. We will see. Okay. Oh, she's coming. I run.
Oh my God! Hi! Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I never am late. I don't know what happened. Next time I will be here on time. Please come see me in another gig I'm doing. And yeah, it's embarrassing. Sorry about them.
It was me all the time. Wow, it was very good to see you guys. We are Jordan Brook Comedy Band.
Well.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm still just stunned. I've got no idea what to say. I might have to defer to Matt for a second. Just take over, Matt. Do us a song, please.
Oh, well, guys, we're all in lockdown. It's all a bit of a sad time. So I thought I'd try cheer us up and write a love song, but I got a bit caught up in the moment. So this is a love song for an existentialist. Do you remember what Nietzsche said? That life is pointless and we might as well be dead. Okay, I haven't read it, but I think that myself sometimes. Life's a string of causality with no meaning, no point, no reason to be. So what else to do but to go get a drink? But then I saw you at the bar and I thought, wow, I need to meet her, need to get to know her somehow. I've never felt like this before. Sometimes it's hard to get my story straight. Sure, life is pointless, but I think you're pretty great. And surely that's more than just some chemicals. Yes, we're all gonna die, but when it's just you and I, my heart beats faster and faster than the times before. So maybe there's something more. As I get to know you well, I find out that you're rather spiritual. I'm not judging, I just want to clarify. So you believe in life after death, a loving God who made us from his breath. I'm sorry, but have you ever looked outside? People suffer every day, no reason why. If this God loved us, maybe he'd just let us die. I don't want to do this for eternity. Sometimes, sorry darling, I don't mean to offend. I love you dearly, and I will till the bitter end. Just unlike you, I think there'll actually be one. Because we're all gonna die, but hopefully it's just you and I. My heart beats faster and faster than the times before. So maybe there's something more. Our ability to think has driven us to drink, to forget about the pointlessness of all of it. But drinking makes me horny as well. So if it's just us here together, then I'm thinking, what the hell? Camus says love the absurd, but I'm thinking you'll do fine, cause despite my better efforts I think of you all the time. When I think about you and me, I can't think about my own mortality. So I guess there's still nothing out there, but I'm loving the smell of your hair. So if it's pointless, then maybe I should stop. I'm thinking what we've got here's something good, and if you're up for it, then maybe we could ride this causal wave right to the shore. I'm gonna stick with this till we are done, the end of our lives or the end of your attention, whichever we reach first. Because we're all gonna die, but hopefully, babe, it'll be you and I, together till my heart stops beating no more. Then I can wonder what this was There you go.
Woo! Woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
Sick.
it's nearly 11 o'clock. We're keeping it light here at Comical Comedy. We're keeping it very, very light and cheerful in these stressful times. We don't want to push everyone over the edge. Now, I am going to very quickly show you a couple more entries that we had, some late ones, because they're very good. So I'm going to figure out this on-the-hoof technology. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm just filling for time, you know, by just saying random stuff. There we go. Can you see my my picture here?
Yeah.
No, we see your inbox.
You see my inbox? What? What? What can you see?
Just your inbox.
Your desktop.
Yeah.
My desktop. Can you see anything now?
Yep.
Yeah, the picture.
Oh, you can see a picture now. That's what I intended to happen the first time. I don't know what you guys saw. But please forget about whatever it was.
Very embarrassing.
Was it now? Well, you know, nothing can get worse than my actual day job.
At least you had something to hide.
What? Yeah, true. No, I get that reference now. So, that's the first one. This one was also submitted, which is open in a different window, which is an issue. Let's see if we can just scroll through. Oh, reach the end here. There we go.
Oh, that's my picture.
Oh.
This one was too nice not to show, really. It sounds like it took a lot of effort. So, well done. You know what? Whoever this was can have a free ticket also.
Oh, thanks. That was me, actually. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Good job, Gary.
So it's a free ticket, Gary.
Oh, thank you.
So, and this is also a very.
Oh, that's cool.
So, there we go. It's back to me now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I hope that all of you will agree with me when I say I have had a great night so far. Helen is like, is it me now? Yeah, it will be. So some of you might have seen Helen on TV. You might recognize her face. She's been on the MASH report. She was alongside Will Ferrell in Watson Holmes, I think. She's honestly great. Been called formidable by the Scotsman. That's a very Scotsman thing to say. I would call her fresh and fun and energetic. And I want you all to go absolutely crazy for your headline act. Yes, the surprise. But you know what? It's not too bad, right?
Headline act. Woo!
I realise. Yes, it's her. I'm just going to fill for time while she gets some tech ready. It seems like.
No, I think it's good.
No, I'm fine. I'm ready. I'm just being silly on the chat.
Oh, oh, that's some good comedy, right? Oh, that's some good comedy.
I'm just having a silly time. I'm just being silly.
Right, well, okay. I want you all to now go crazy and wild and insane for Helen Duff.
It's me. It's me. Can I? Oh, there I am. Hello, me. Can I go on the gallery view? Gorgeous. What gorgeous. What gorgeousness. Dropped a few participants along the way, but it's fine by me. Is Dexter? I don't know if it's Dexter. Isambard. Dexter.
Hi.
Are you sitting in front of somebody on the toilet?
In someone's trousers.
A dog in someone's trousers is on the toilet?
Yeah.
I've been wondering the whole time. Now that's revealed. Joanna Kellen, are you part of a summoning?
It's just there's only one bulb in my room that works.
Live, you're already winning in terms of animation. I did a live gig on Sunday, and no, I was just a participant. It was really fun, but one of the people in the Zoom chat, I thought she had passed out, and then it turned out she was just absolutely fucked. She was getting stoned the whole way through. It was really obvious. And it was a really like participatory gig where we had to be properly like energetic. And she just watched her on this like lazy chair, watched us all on this lazy chair. I felt undermined. As a perky person, I felt undermined. I thought far too much, and I should have just been on my lazy chair getting high. Floss line. Is that a little? What is that floss line? Is it a little armadillo?
I'm not sure. What is it like?
Oh, it's sort of in front of you. It's an in front of thing.
Animal of a. Looks like a rodent with a beak.
It does look like a rodent with a beak. I should have.
I think it's a platypus.
Yeah.
I also, just before I get into my stuff, I liked whoever it was, his crooked carrot. Whose crooked carrot was that? Come on.
It's us.
Oh, Penny and Mum. Penny and daughter. Which one's Penny?
Hi, Penny.
Penny. I should have said Penny and sister. The camera had 29 months. So, so let's all have a lovely time. I've clearly got a lot of light on me. It's keeping me awake because it's past my bedtime. I've been doing nothing but going early beds since lockdown started. None of this late night vibing. Why would you? Well, because you get sucked into oh, by the way, I really enjoyed Julia and Vigo's set, and it reminded me of Devs. Anybody been watching that and marginally disappointed by it on the BBC?
Devs.
No, good, great. It's not as good as normal people. All right, let's move on to some material. I have been learning to use this. I saw Vigo using it a little bit in his set, and I'm going to use it as well. I hope it's not too repetitive. Repetitive. I also, side note, there'll be a lot of those. There already have been. I have been recording audiobooks from home in a booth that I set up in our only cupboard, our wardrobe. So all of our clothes are everywhere, but I am able to do the books. And I keep getting stuck on certain words. And one of them last yesterday was nonchalant. I don't know if you've ever had to say the word nonchalant 17 times in a row, but I can assure you it makes you quite the opposite of nonchalant. Okay, lovely stuff. So, as a show of hands, this song is about hand washing. It's show of hands, whose hands have got a little, how do I say technically, what's the technical term? Hammy. Because they've been washed so many times. Who's given themselves hammy hands because they've been washed so many times? Yes. Is Embards with me? Yes. The summoning's with me. Very good. Yes. I really like this action. What's your name? Gary Doctors.
Oh, hi.
The way you raised yours into the screen was really disturbing. I like that a lot. Do they belong to me or do they not? Very nice.
I was just having a look. I thought, well, are they hammy or are they not? I mean,
are they? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at those hands. Oh no! If anything, quite placid. Placid hands. This is what hammy hands look like. I realised I had hammy hands when I was looking at a photo of myself with my niece, who I adore, and there was a lot of joy in the photo. Our faces were both really full of glee. So I don't know why I was focusing. Well, I guess it's actually an example of how hammy they were. I was looking at our faces, big smiles. She'd made me this mask. This is before lockdown. It was a sheep. She'd made a mask that was a sheep, and I was holding it up, and it was brilliant and remarkable because she's barely grown thumbs. So to make a mask like that is quite a feat. And yet all I could see were these two pork chops that I had attached to myself at the wrist. And it's only got worse since lockdown started. So this song is about that. It's for anyone who's been washing their hands a little too much and has ended up a little bit hammy. Okay, let's have a go. Plug this in.
That wasn't.
We can hear it.
Does that happen?
Did somebody say that reminds me of an album?
What?
Okay. can hear. I can hear.
Oh, that wasn't me. That genuinely wasn't me.
I can't hear you enough to respond to you, but I'll make an issue of it and then move on. So okay, let's go. Is this gonna work? Oh, I'll just turn this off so you don't get a blast. Very nice. Turn that back on. Lovely stuff. Yes, Julia's back in the house, or her alter ego, her sunglassed alter ego. Okay, let's see. Let's have it. Let's have a nice time together. Okay. Good thing I did a little pre-record just in case that happened. Hey, Mrs. Hand-Me Hands, can I get a suck on your sausage fingers? Hey, Mrs. Hand-Me Hands, can I get a suck on your sausage fingers? Now, you're thinking to yourself, this is a bit brutal towards Mrs. Hammy Hands. I feel like she's being undermined repeatedly by the lyrics of this song. It's about to get a lot more equal in terms of gender, and also, no, I won't explain it too much. I'll do the line and then we can hear. Porky boy, ahoy! Ah, bring in the bacon. 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 That one's about gender dynamics and how money can change things in a relationship. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, I'm a vegan. Why do you think I've sat here on this Zoom gig for 3 hours watching these nonsense nodders? I'm obviously a vegan. I could have not be. Where's my line? Here it comes. I'm a plant-based porcupine, wondrous wedge of gammon. 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 I'm a plant-based me hands. Can I have a suck on your sausage fingers? Hey, Mrs. Everyone together. Can I have a suck on your sausage fingers? Hey, Mrs. Fuck those fingers. Hey, Mrs. Can I have a suck on your sausage fingers? Hey, I think I'll just stop it there. I haven't worked out which one we have the hammy hand. Very nice. Thank you, everyone, very much. I'm learning. I'm just developing this. I'll turn that down for a second. I've been requested to do a birthday song by somebody. It's a friend of a friend who saw me doing this stuff and asked if I could do a birthday song for their boyfriend, Billy Hanson. So I'm just gonna do that now because I have to send it over to them, and I wanted to try it out with you guys beforehand. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of a thing that a lot of people are doing now, getting like loads of websites where you can pay genuine celebrities to do shout outs. The Rock is on one. You can pay, if you have enough money, you can get Dwayne The Rock Johnson to do you a little video of him cooking pancakes and saying, "Hey, Johnny." You could ask him to call you Johnny, even if it's not your name, would be what I I'm planning to do. So, okay. We'll have a go with this another next. Very nice. All right. Okay, so we'll see if this is we'll see if this is the kind of thing that you would want for your birthday. Fingers crossed, because I've sent it over already. I did for them. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson. 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 Let's see if that's. Wrong one. Yes. Sorry, everyone. I know you're at the end of a long gig and I'm testing your patience. Sorry about that. I said it like I wasn't sorry at all. Am I not? Is that the... Whoa, we've gone way off.
What are you using?
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, fine. Right. Okay, let's try that again. That did record. Nice, good. I had to wash my hair just before the gig because it was full of talcum powder. I'd done a sketch where I was made to look dead. More on that later. And I thought, oh, actually, I'll just vibe it at the gig. I'll just go with it, this hair, to the gig. I'll just turn up to this gig with the hair. And then I realized, because I was like, oh, I can just pretend that I've let myself go massively and have really embraced the greys. And then I realized, actually, it looked sort of not bad enough to be fake and funny, and just bad enough for people to be like, whoa, Helen's really let herself go over lockdown. To an extent, it seems extraordinary that she's got that grey that quick. And actually, I'm having a very nice time with my boyfriend, so you don't need to worry about me unless you were going to and wanted to, in which case I wouldn't deny you the care.
You have a boyfriend?
Pardon?
You have a boyfriend?
Yes, Vigo. I've told you that several times on your insistent and persistent messages. You've met him. You just keep pretending he's not there, looking through him.
I don't have a girlfriend. This is my cousin.
He has crush on you.
Oh. Oh, well, that changes everything. I hadn't realized that all those pictures of your penis were some sort of come on. I thought they were a joke. I thought you were trying to make me laugh with that. Cock and balls. Okay, great. Okay, all right, okay. But let's have this one now. Everyone's really excited for this. Okay. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson.
I actually don't.
Billy, Billy, Billy Hanson. Billy, Billy, Billy. Oh. Let's screw it right in. Deep in there. As deep as Vigo would like to get in me. Okay. Right. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson. Billy, 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 Billy Hanson. Happy birthday, Billy Hanson. It's your birthday, Billy Hanson. It's your birthday, Billy Hanson. Happy birthday, Billy Hanson. Billy, Billy, birthday, Billy Hanson. Happy Billy birthday, Billy Hanson. Happy birthday, birthday boy. Happy birthday, birthday boy. Happy birthday, birthday boy. Happy birthday, birthday boy. I hope you get the little fish and chips for tonight. Happy birthday, tonight. I hope you get the little fish and chips for tonight. Happy birthday, tonight. I hope you get the little fish and chips for tonight. Happy birthday, mention he's a big fan of fish and chips. That's the one detail I learned about him. Oh, and also this. One more detail she told me about Carly, his girlfriend.
Hope you get the little fish and chips for dinner tonight. I hope you get the little fish and chips for dinner tonight.
It would be lovely for you to have a little treat, Billy, because big news, Carly's pregnant. And she didn't know how to tell you. So she asked me in this birthday message to announce it. Now, she knows that times are hard. And it wasn't necessarily your plan to bring a baby into the world right now. But something about being locked up with you just meant she thought, let's just throw caution to the wind. We don't know what's coming down round the corner. But we thought, let's have each other now and love each other and hope for the best. And okay, sure, having kids in this lockdown looks like an absolute fucking nightmare. But also, Carly wants the cuddles. You know, she can't get over the idea of just that warmth against her chest. And the sense that somebody loves her deeply, because sometimes, Billy, you don't show it as you should. So this message is going out to you and asking that you respect our hormones and don't bring logic into it, because it's not fair to expect her menstrual cycle, which has been extraordinarily irregular up until this point, to obey any sense of like this is an insecure moment, and it would be bizarre for us to try to build a family when we don't own a flat or have any sort of security around our income or our future occupation prospects, and for some reason, for some bizarre reason, suddenly our periods are kicked off and everything's cozy in our womb and it's ready to go. So don't blame Carly, because some of us can't control that kind of, and when the time's right, the time's right. And it's boom, baby. Okay. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Hope you get the little fish and chips for dinner tonight.
So that's that birthday message. How do we do that? Positive vibe.
Woo.
Woo. A lot of the boys strapping in after that one. Good. Okay. So we could finish there, or we could have a genuinely quite also just want to make quite clear, not based on my experience at all, not any kind of personal engagement with that song, just literally doing it as Carly wrote it for me. Absolute verbatim. Penny knows. So we'll finish on a really calm song. Should we finish on a genuinely calm song? No. Okay. So I was thinking about how I'll be honest. I was thinking about how pebbles in brooks look quite calm. That's where this came from. And I thought often women, men too, I'm sure, but often women, and certainly me, have been told to go with the flow so many times. I think, well, I might as well turn into a pebble, because it would probably be the quickest way to relax. So something about those little rocks in a brook that I think are appealing. They're strong, constant, but also in flow. So this song is about that. Woke up this morning, I was part pebble, little bit lady and a lot confused. Oh, hello. But why why is it not working now? But for why? Oh, what a sham on. What an absolute sham on. Oh, because I turned the microphone off. Fine. We can't all be perfect all the time, lads. Woke up this morning, I was pot pebble, little bit lady and a lot confused. I'm not doing any more silly tricks. I'll just sing it to you nicely. And then I'll pretend to mix it in together. Let's see if we can do that. I'll just do live mixing with my mouth. Woke up this morning, I was pot pebble, little bit lady and a lot confused. Wash down the river, babe, let it roll over you. Wash down the river, babe, let life roll down the river. Rock steady, babe. Rock hard. That would be underneath everything else. Rock steady, babe. Rock hard. Boom, ticka, oh, ah, ooh, boom, ticka, ah, ah, ooh, ah, boom, ticka, ah, ah, ooh, boom, ticka, ah, ah, ooh, ah. Woke up this morning, I was pot pebble, little bit lady and a lot confused. Wash down the river, let it roll over you. Wash down the river, let it roll down the river. Rock steady, babe. Rock hard. Rock, 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 rock hard. Ticka ticka ooh. Ticka oh. And we're done. That's the end of that slide breakdown. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience and the live beatboxing. Beatboxing, live singing and pretending it was coming out of a machine. What joy, what absolute joy. Well, in a way it was, your computer. Any questions?
What's that machine?
Oh, this is an Electro-Harmonix. 45,000. I'm not sponsored by them. Reggie Watts is. You can watch him online and see him do it proper.
Oh, it's very cool.
Thank you. Any questions about mine with cereal? Any questions about person or my spiritual growth? Otherwise, I can just hand it back. Thank you so much for the gig, Ahmed. What a lovely thing it's been. You're all absolutely beautiful. Wasn't everyone great?
Everyone was great.
Yeah. Is it Jordan now?
No, you missed it right at the start. We did Don't You Want Me Baby, but with Jordan Brooks' name put into it because he had to cancel last min.
Right.
Yeah, there is a Jordan Brooks in the Cool, but I think it's someone who's changed their nickname.
Yeah.
But
I thought I disabled changing names for this exact reason. Clearly I haven't. But,
maybe it is Jordan. Maybe he's here after all.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, right, I'm going to put the view back on me now, and I want everyone to go crazy and wild for Helen Duff. That was a very... Right. Well, Jordan Brooks is now ready, actually, here, according to the chat.
Is this? Who is this?
I don't know. I've lost control. I don't know who it is.
What is Rhinestone Cowboy? Can you play Rhinestone Cowboy?
Who's that directed to?
I think me. I was the one doing the music, no?
Oh, fair enough. Can you?
Don't know what it is. I should have left when I left. Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
Massive climax I built to.
Well, that just then was Helen Duff. Before that, we had Julia Masli, and Vigo Venn, as well as a secret. Woo! Woo! They're still there now. Julia Masli and Vigo Venn. Before that, we had Alex Franklin. A Wild Franklin, go to that. Before that, if you can remember back that long ago, it was Yuriko Kotani. And right at the start of the show, we had Patrick Healy. Now, if you want to look any of those people up, I would invite you to. I've been Ahmed Amor. We've had Matt Bonner behind me. You absolutely love it. So thank you very much. And I'm going to dismiss you all to go on your merry ways after one last massive round of applause for everyone you've seen tonight.
Good night, everyone.
Right, okay. You may all now leave. You can stay in here. I'm going to leave this open up just to see what happens, to be honest. But no, the night is over, so you can go on your merry ways. Hope you've enjoyed it. Follow us on the social medias. Follow at comedy _ comical on Twitter or Comedy Comical on Facebook. We'll have more of these. You can snag yourself a free ticket like Gary Doctors or Godfrey Louis have done today. And I'm just going to keep talking until people start leaving, to be honest. What else? Brush your teeth. Like wash your
for a
hands
long
well.
time.
Who said that?
Sorry, I did. You could be here for a long time. Maybe, depending on what happens.
It might become a competition. I mean, this is my house, so I've got nowhere to go. I'm going to be sitting here either way. What? I'm getting heckled in real life now. Yeah, okay, it's not my house. It's not actually my house, all right. But I'm living here. For it to be your house.
Yes.
Because I don't own the house that I live in the first. Obviously, I'm 20 whatever, so I've rented it. So, you know, do I own any house? No. Where is my home?
Okay.
Are we getting people leaving now? Amazingly not.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Lovely to see you all.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Great job.
Good. Right.
Have a good one, mate.
Be time to leave. Bye.
Hope you get another light bulb, Joanna. I'm praying for you. Okay. Night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
I'm going to start reading facts now, just until everyone wants to leave. Did you know that if you lay out all your bones and organs, the inside and your veins, in a field, in a straight line, you would die? First fact for you then. Second fact, this thing that is in front of me, this is not a flute, it's a piccolo. But it was making the sound of a flute. Figure that one out. Third fact, how many got? 15 now? Okay. Third fact of the day. Got any fun facts? Did you know that only humans and armadillos can get leprosy? That's true. What other facts do I know have I heard recently? What's that? Did you know that you can't fold a piece of paper more than 8 times? It's impossible. Try it. If you were to fold a piece of paper 35 or so times, it would reach to the moon. It doubles every time in thickness. The first two were no, the first one was not true. This is all true now. How many on? 13. We've got 13 stubborn people in the audience today. Oh, that's good. I like that. Why have you got a tiny hand? I don't understand a tiny leg.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for having us.
That's absolutely.
See you in nightclub.
Bye bye, Gary Doctor.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Who's still in? Everyone's muted, so I'm sort of talking to myself now. Apart from Gary. Gary's the only person who's not muted. He's here for me, actually. Cool. More facts. My laptop is currently being supported by 15 copies of House and Garden to get in. That's a fact for you. My phone is 128 gigabytes of storage. They're getting more and more boring to really draw it out. Someone used a long, thin piece of toilet paper and folded it 12 times. What? Just like rolled it? That doesn't count. Come on, it doesn't count. They have to fold it in half and then half the other way, then half the other way.
Yes, I think they did that.
Okay, a regulation piece of paper. 100 plus GSM.
Oh, well, no, you can't fold it.
Maybe 50 plus even. 50 plus. 100 is decent paper.
Have a good
I
day.
have actually
Ahmed.
tried
More.
this with paper, and yes, you can't fold it more than 7 times.
Yeah, no. Right, well, Gary, thanks
for you. Bye.
You've outlasted me. I do actually have to go now. I can't.
Yeah, we have to go. Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye. Right, you're all getting kicked out. Whoever's still, I don't know why you've forgotten your computer on or something. But the call is now over. Goodbye.